Survivor. I'm a survivor, survivor. Who will be the ultimate survivor? Let's find out when you spend a day in our shoes. All you creators, our sanctuary's waiting. Who will win the title? Well, it could be you. Survivor, survivor. I'm a survivor.
Oh, good morning and hi to hello, friends. Lester, Jamie, and Jake here. Cowboy Jake is here. Well, you see, he got. Show him your cup, Jake. Show him your cup. I'm
embarrassed now. I wasn't embarrassed before we started, but now after I watched the little intro, now I'm embarrassed.
I don't want to do a
you
coffee.
Shouldn't be embarrassed.
Ouchie. That burnt.
Cheers,
good morning, guys. Coffee clings to you all.
Y'all literally gave me the boot.
We gave Jake the boot, the old pink rainbow boot.
That's Cowboy Jake-ish.
This was a gift. I'm sure it probably was meant for Jamie, but we've never used it. But now that Jake is here, guess what? Jake has a coffee.
It's because you didn't have one to
own.
match. Is the problem.
Yeah, should have brought my own. Y'all didn't say it was BYOC. Bring your own cup.
Sorry about that.
We're blessed to have Jake come over this morning to help us out on a little project. You want to talk about that, shirtless Jake?
Nope, I've never made a mistake in my life. I've done everything perfect on the first try. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jake
it's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Jake is absolutely perfect every time. But I'll tell you what, Jake come over this week. It was a collaboration idea, guys. I tell you what, Jake. No one understands. No one gets the fact
we can't talk about it yet.
Well, we can. We'll talk about your part of it. Can we or not?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Guys, y'all have to understand that Jake and I are full of games. Jamie, we're full of jokes. Jake and I are full of jokes. And we collaborate on a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes that we don't always reveal until after the fact. And so Jake came over this week and helped me with a little project over here, and we're blessed for that. And he's come back today to help me redo the project. You want to talk about that part?
Well, I'm
going to make you talk about it.
You're enhancing it. You're enhancing it.
I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I did exactly what I was told.
He did.
And with the materials that I was provided, I did exactly what I was told.
Are you going to pin this over on me?
Yeah.
It got borrowed, okay?
Because, look,
it got borrowed.
I had to bring my own materials today to do it right.
I did.
It got borrowed.
I went to the store and I got all that I thought we were going to need for a very nice electric fence. And then I don't know much about electricity. I actually shocked myself twice, and I don't do well with getting shocked.
Jake, funny on the phone. Why are you shocking me?
Jake can handle it, but I get stuck to it. I don't know how Jake can touch it and like, and he's like, hold his hand there, because whenever I touch it, I'm like, ah! And I get stuck. I don't know why it sticks me to it.
I want to know why you kept doing it. You were on the phone with me saying, Jake, whenever I touch this red thing, no, it shocks me.
Listen,
hold on, if I touch it again,
you told me it would not shock me, and it did twice. And both times I'm on the phone, I'm like, ah! I don't know why shocking.
Can I watch this happen? Can I video this happening?
Shocking pulls me
just
in.
Just for funsies, so I can show the difference between how it feels and we can describe to people. This would be like my moment.
Shocking. That could be your viral moment.
Yes, it could be my moment.
Shocking normally pushes people away, but shocking pulls me in for some reason. I'm just like drawn to it, and I can't get away from it. But bottom line is, Jake,
really?
huh?
Look.
Yeah,
She
she's
loves.
good.
Everybody loves Jake.
She looks just like Savvy though.
Yeah.
Like her face looks like Savvy.
That's her daughter, right?
No. Moose was
Moose
her son.
is her daughter.
Moose is,
Her
but she
son.
looks like
Yeah.
Savvy.
Hi, baby.
Very
I am
confusing.
jealous. She's looking at me saying, I'm going to be jealous. Yes, I'm jealous of you. Yes, I'm jealous. I am very jealous. Don't look at me like that.
Smells like my son.
At least I got my good Trixie girl over here. Poor Jamie has nobody. She
I'm
has
good.
nobody.
I'm good. I had everybody at 6 a.m. this morning while
And
you were
then
still
for the
sleeping.
folks who are saying, why is Jamie not in the middle? Jamie did not want to be in the middle. I don't know why. Jamie forced me into the middle.
Because Lester wanted to control the computer, and he's like, oh, like,
oh, there's a problem right there behind us. That's why Jake is here.
surprise.
I see three beautiful angels walking around in the background.
That there is why Jake came back. No, Jake came over a couple of days back, and he helped me on he worked on a project, putting some electric fencing up. But our concern with the fact of the problem is that I bought these posts. Since this is not really our property and we did not want to go over there doing a lot of construction on someone else's property, I just bought these, what are they, about 3.5, 4 foot?
Yeah, probably 3.5.
Like 3.5 foot little posts that you just stick in the ground. And Jake ran that wire along. They're made for electric fencing. They're made for that. And Jake ran all that wiring along. Everything we thought was great until these horses finally decided that, you know what? The draw of that the female pull, and a lot of you guys out there know this feeling. You'll go through hell and high water to get to a girl. Jake went to Alaska to get to one.
Sometimes you'll even get on a plane and fly 3,000 miles for one.
Jake went to hell and high water for a girl. Frozen tundra for a girl. So some guys will go through hell and high water to get to a woman. And women, you should be complimented by that. But these guys behind us over here, they went ahead. They're like me. They just like took the shock and went right through it. And so the shock was not enough to keep them away. They're like a small price to pay for them pretty girls.
They might even be into that sort of thing.
Yeah, to each his own, to each his own.
Whatever.
So Jake has come back over today, and then he and I will try to revamp the system. We're going to try to do some stuff to revamp it and make it a little bit better, because we need to keep these babies away from our fence line. They're wonderful. Jake got out and was loving all over Grandpa, almost got on his back.
Yeah, I like him.
I thought he was going to. Jake climbed up on my fence and was literally parallel to Grandpa's back, just like loving on him. And Grandpa's just thinking that's the best day of his life.
So here's the thing. Grandpa's an amazing horse. They're all lovely. Grandpa's the only one who's friendly. It's just unfortunate that they are intact. Like, that's really, it would be such less problem if they didn't have their brains.
Yeah, their brain. Take their brains out and they'll be fine.
They're great.
Now, guys, and a lot of people were having mixed feelings on all of that. We love these horses. We love all animals. Jake is the same way as we do. We'll love on any animal. But when you just can't have animals causing problems as far as putting each other in danger.
Yeah.
And we have horses over here now with bite marks on them and scrapes all across them. And these are no better. These over here are all scraped up just as well. And it's because of the all of that. So we're trying to find a way to keep a more of a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, a separation, and keep these guys away. But as of this morning, we've had no problems. But Jake's going to come out when we're done with the live and help us work on that a little bit. Jake, tell us about what you also did while you were here. That I'm just gonna say this: payback. Guys, we're having a little bit of a signal issue. Give me a moment. I'm going to go to my hotspot and we're going to get off the Wi-Fi. We're just going to jump to my hotspot instead. Y'all give me one moment.
That's really weird how that just happened.
Yeah, it's a bad signal. Okay, so as of right now, we've jumped over to my hotspot, and so I believe that we're going to be fine. So sorry about that. I should have thought about that ahead of time. I know the Wi-Fi here is iffy, but thank you all very much. What I was saying, though, before we lost our signal, is that here's what I think Jake did. Here's what I think he did, and his face is, Jake cannot lie.
I'm not a good liar.
Jake's face will tell everything. What I think Jake did was watched me try to put braids in Gemma's hair. And it was going to be a fun and exciting moment, and I was unable to do so.
I wasn't even watching that live.
Whatever. He wasn't even watching that live. See? I think Jake watched me, his poor uncle, trying to put braids in Gemma's hair. Now, remember, Jake has a daughter. I only have 2 sons. I've never had the experience of doing braids in hair, so I've never experienced that. Jake has. He's also done it with his horses several times. And so what I think he did was like, you know what? I'm going to go over there and do this fencing. And while I'm there, go ahead and make my uncle look horrible. Just make him look
He one-upped
horrible.
you.
No,
I'm going to one-up my uncle.
I'm trying to make her look pretty. Not making you look bad, making her look good.
Really? That was your motive.
Yeah, I just wanted her to be pretty.
That was the driving force, is trying to make her look pretty.
I thought you just wanted her to be pretty. I didn't know you wanted to do it.
I guess that's why you braided the drip line.
Hold on.
Okay, that one.
that was like
that was me. That was
icing
just
on
my
the
brain.
cake. That was just like, let me just braid her little tiny
That was the
wristlet
part
here.
that just kind of.
I've never seen a unicorn on a hoof. I'm just saying that.
Let's just flip the roles here for a minute. Let's just pretend that Brinley, B. Grace, I say, hey, Jake, send Bree Grace over. We're going to go to the mall. Just say. And I'm like, make sure she's dressed pretty or whatever. So Jake sends her over, and I look at her, and I'm like, oh, hell no. And I go and I spend time redressing or trying to find a better look for B. Grace. And then I send her back home. And I don't even tell you. I take her to the mall and I video her. I even video me getting her all these clothes picked out and all prettied up. See? And then I send her back home.
That actually sounds like a lot of major problems.
This
today.
sounds like
Hey, turn off your Snapchat, please.
I don't have
No, nobody's
Snapchat.
connected to you. I think it's StreamYard.
I don't even have your Wi-Fi
Because
password.
look, it's not here. It's StreamYard connecting to. It's not.
So the problem is it's going back to my Wi-Fi. See, look.
No.
Yes, it's on JL Ranch.
No.
For a minute.
Yeah. Okay, let me go unplug it.
So what we're going to do is just unplug our Wi-Fi, because what's happening right now is the internet is bouncing back and forth between the hotspot, which is, you got a good signal here, don't you? We have a great signal here. So it's trying to bounce back and forth between the Wi-Fi and the hotspot. What we want is the hotspot, not the Wi-Fi. So Jamie's going to unplug the Wi-Fi and we should be okay. All right, you done it? Thanks, babe. So, Jamie, we figured it out.
I'm going to get back to what you were saying now about how, because you asked me, I'm pretty sure you asked me, how would I feel like, oh, Brinley walks in, her hair is all braided differently.
And I videoed it.
And she's wearing a pretty dress.
And I videoed it, and everyone is on the video of your daughter saying how wonderful Lester is and how amazing Lester is.
I would call you, and I'd say, oh, my gosh. Thank you so much for fixing her hair so pretty and getting her a new dress. She's been wanting that dress. She won't go with me shopping, so I'm glad you took her.
Well, that may be the way a lot of people wish I operated, but I am the uncle, guys. I am the uncle. I was a guy that gave him nookies when he was nookies, right? Nookies.
No, you're going to talk about, that's the least of my concerns.
I was going to say,
the nookies.
I was the guy who gave him the nookies when he was little.
You're the guy that tortured us for every summer.
Pickle juice.
For every summer of my life, because you're a teacher and you're off too. And so you could come over there and just make our lives miserable.
Hold
by
on.
Catching us and tying us up and torturing us.
And feeding you pickle juice.
Do you not remember that I would walk? But every day for lunch, I would say, and what would you like for your lunch, sir? Your choices are escargot, which is really ramen noodle, escargot, or we would have like grilled cheese. And we had names for everything. White Russian was milk. Chocolate Russian or a black Russian was chocolate milk. And we had a name for everything. And I was the waiter. And so I made breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sleepovers. And we would do videos where they were wrestlers. And I was always the punching dummy.
I have a question, though. Jake, when you started to like hang out with other friends off the hill, because like obviously you grew up on the hill and this was very normal to you. But when you like went to school and went to other kids' houses and they didn't do this stuff, was that weird for you? Was that like an awakening?
Maybe that's where it all started because I didn't really like to go to other people's houses.
Because it wasn't
No
fun.
one-
Because it wasn't fun. It's like, what do you want to do? Go look at your driveway and in your road or something? Like, I don't want to do that.
I believe that
I don't want
actually.
to ride bikes down your street. That's
And
not
their,
fun.
and their dad did not walk out and say, "What could I bring
Yeah,
you?
no.
Good evening, gentlemen. Everyone have a seat at the table. What could I bring? Who would like escargot?
Or a shot of pickle juice.
Or
Shots of pickle juice.
shots of pickle juice?
No, other people's houses
Cheers.
are boring.
I
think
believe
that's
that.
why- even today, that's why I don't like to go anywhere because it's like now I'm confined and I'm constricted. I don't have my freedom. But at home, I can literally do whatever I want.
Oh boy, we did have some fun, y'all. We had some fun. So no, I can pick on Jake, and in saying so, I have a little something up my sleeve, and I will not tell Jake. There's nothing. There's nothing in your coffee. There's no pickle juice.
Yeah.
There's no
I gotta
pickle
go to
juice.
the restroom.
There is no pickle juice in his coffee, okay? And if you go into the restroom, you're going up to that feed room restroom. You're not going to the RV restroom.
What in the feed room?
We have a toilet in the feed room.
There's
Yes,
a
we do.
toilet in the middle of the feed room, Jake.
Is it flush?
Yes.
No, it works.
It flushes, but just be aware, I do have a camera that faces not for the toilet, but for my cats. I like to watch my
Yeah,
cats
don't be
eat.
weirded out that there's a camera pointing at the toilet.
This is so strange. That's actually not a bad idea. What if you're feeding one morning, you just had your coffee? You know what coffee does to people?
Yes.
You're going to be feeding it. Oh, no.
It came that way, and first we're like, that's weird, but after a while we're like, that's actually brilliant to have a
You don't
bathroom
gotta take
outside.
your boots off and
Yeah.
run in.
No.
You can just.
Well, I have personally never used it because I'm terrified of a rat
Oh my
crawling up
God.
or
Oh, yeah.
something.
I used it whenever before we had an RV here, I used it all the time.
Yeah.
It's very
No,
It's bathroom.
we keep it clean-ish, but we also know it's a feed room.
I don't
and
know if I can sit there and all of a sudden Roman comes walking by. It's just.
because right now I
that
have
would be
a,
Chuck.
so right now,
Yeah.
now because there's a doggy door and they look in the doggy door it's like,
God.
you know. But we've had some fun. I like to video the cats. We have stray cats that come up here and eat, and I like to show people the strays that come up and eat. So that's why I have my little game camera over there. It's not for any kind of perverse reason, and it's not actually watching the toilet. But if you do walk into the restroom, you see a camera sitting there, you at first
It faces the door.
you're like, what's this, an Airbnb? Because you guys know the Airbnb.
It's not
joke,
hidden.
right?
It's not hidden.
Yeah, the
though.
hidden cameras.
Yeah, Airbnb people are horrible about hiding cameras, trying to watch people in different acts. So, no, we had a lot of fun growing up, and I've always picked on Jake. But what I was saying was, I do have,
Do you have payback plan?
I have a payback plan.
Hold on.
I
I've
will
always
not
picked
talk
on
about
Jake, but I have a payback.
Well, no,
You
I'm
gotta
the
even
uncle.
things out, Jake.
I'm entitled to be the uncle. That's what uncles do. Uncles do that kind of stuff. Where you going? Oh, you gonna bring the creamer too? I could have done that, babe. So I hope that you guys will be just as loving to me because I already told Jake. That's Jake. That is what's that on my hand? Just guess.
I'm good.
From what you know about animals, what is that?
That's either muffin juice. It is muffin juice.
It's actually protein lick.
Oh.
Do you know about protein licks?
Well, yeah. So it's probably the same stuff in that.
It
muffin
is.
stuff.
Oh yeah, molasses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad sometimes. People don't realize that, if you're a farmer, you got working hands, your hands are dirty
My
all
hands
the
are never
time.
clean ever.
No.
Never.
Never.
I have to wash myself. Like I had to wash my arms to be able to do this live today. That's horrible.
You want
I'm
more?
sure.
Yes, please, if there is some.
Yeah,
We
I can make another
we
pot.
can brew up more if we need to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
it's
you yours
been
first.
great. My hands are extra dirty. I hadn't had to shower in about 4 days.
Oh my god.
Well, what?
Jake.
Let's say home. What am I
Why
going
shower?
for?
Jake.
Why
What am I
shower?
gonna shower for?
No one's to shower for.
Paris gonna run away because I smell bad?
I think the worst thing that I do as far, oh my God, Jake, this is how country we are. We just use insulators to stir our coffee.
To conduct extra well.
But Jake, I'll tell you, I have even a simpler plan.
It's not hot.
It is, but it reminds me that I'm still alive. Sometimes you got to feel the pain to know you're still alive.
You're like the horses in that electric fence.
Yeah, am I still alive? Because I don't feel it today. No, so just know, Jake, that by the end of this weekend, I will have implemented my plan. And just know, when you run across it, don't hate me because I'm clever. Just don't hate me because I'm clever. All right? Because I got me a clever one. However,
when I run across it,
when you run across or when you discover what I've done.
Is this coffee bad now? I
No,
know you said the first one wasn't bad, but now you brought out another cup.
No, Jamie did that. No, you're fine. You're fine. But I'm working on something. I got something in the works. The cogs in my head are just a turning because I have something in the works. Okay. But listen, no, Jake was wonderful. He come by and helped me out one day. And we made it. I don't sell things very good. I made it look like I didn't know he had been here. I made it look like we'd had an intruder. I made it look like who in the hell would have done all of these kind of things. I stirred the pot. People were mad that I wasn't grateful.
I think I ruined it though, because somebody said in my video, well, yeah, we seen Lester driving around his tractor when you were driving up the driveway. So I was looking at the horses.
Oh, no.
I was looking at the horses, and I never saw you over here. Oh, wow. Look at Roman. It wasn't even Roman. It was a total...
Scoot in, baby. People can see your face. There are some people who see everything. Listen, I love that about you. But also, it doesn't always help us very much when y'all see so much.
You ever trying to keep the ostriches hidden?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. Remember that?
Also, this is before Jake's time. We kept Ernie hidden for 2 weeks.
What?
Before we ever showed Ernie.
Yeah, we wanted Ernie to be a Christmas gift. It was a Christmas surprise.
Speaking of that, I heard y'all got a new little boy.
Yeah, we do have a new little
Jake.
boy. Let me show that video real fast, Jake.
Oh,
Give me a moment.
God.
Yeah, what the heck?
Okay, so all I know is like I had seconds to look whenever it was born. And this is descriptive, but that part was very pink and apparent. But because it was a preemie, it was a preemie.
Yeah.
That things were very together. I'll just say that.
Oh.
And I looked, and it was very fuzzy and hairy. And I never looked again. I looked once and just went, okay, that's it, and was sure. But as the baby grew, things dropped and went to their right allocation, because I went last night back and looked at the original video to like triple mind check, and I'm telling you, it looked like a girl. It looked like a girl. I didn't even show him that last night, but it looked like a girl.
Well, I want to have to show something here, and I hope that no one's offended by this. I'm going to take a screenshot and just make it into a picture, so I don't want to show you the entire video.
The thing is that
I'm nervous.
Oh my God,
you
really
should
nervous.
be. Everyone should be nervous, okay? Everyone should be nervous. All right? Everyone should be nervous.
I don't even know where you're going with this right now.
Everyone should be nervous. I'm telling y'all right now, you might send the kids away. You might send the kids away, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Can you tell me when to come
Thing
back?
is, though, I'm really nervous. Are we gonna get kicked off of here?
No.
You sure?
I promise.
Feels like we might. Feels like it's a little bit risky because you're sure taking a long time.
Well, what I'm trying to do right now is my phone did one of those updates last night, and now I can't figure out what's what on my phone.
Remember last night I showed you mine, and you're like, "Why can't you just look at your most recent?" I'm like, "Because it's not there anymore." iPhone took away that thing.
Yeah, iPhone made the gallery really bad.
Horrible.
Like,
and
I can't find anything.
No, you can't find anything, and you can't. You cannot like scroll through your own video to be able to take a screenshot anymore, like because it shrinks it so far down, and like the sensitivity is not like it. I know that I'm speaking a language that most people don't get, but you can't,
Content creator
you
problems.
can't function in an iPhone anymore. You can't find anything, and it's frustrating when you're a content hoarder.
I'm going to tell you right now, there's no way Jake can see this without laughing. There's no way he'll keep a straight
I
face.
can already see the tiny little thumbnail. I think it looks bad.
I feel like it.
Oh my god!
No one can
Lester
see.
Eugene Morrow
No
Jr.
one. No, I'm trying to explain why Jamie was a little bit confused.
I don't think.
No, this is gonna go so south.
No.
I think they understand. I don't think this is mansplaining.
Listen, I want y'all to understand why Jamie may have been a little bit confused when she went by to have a look and see if
Lester Morrow.
this was a
so
male
bad.
or a female.
This is so bad.
Just bear
I've
with me.
never been confused.
Basketball. They're playing
Okay.
Oh my god.
So I'm not trying to be grotesque or anything, but those are actually man parts. Those are the apples. Those are the apples. Jamie did not realize that.
they didn't. Those weren't there.
What do those look like to you, Jamie? Jake?
They look like furry almonds.
I can't say.
Bottom line is
I'm uncomfortable.
that
Right?
makes you uncomfortable.
No, it's just been on the screen for so long, and I feel like we're all looking
Yeah,
at it.
everybody stare at it
Everybody's
for 20
looking at
minutes
it.
while you drink your
Hold
coffee.
on. All I'm trying to say is when Jamie had her first peek at who we thought was this first alpaca, that's kind of what she was greeted by. Oh, it's a little girl. It's a little girl. Duh. I know a girl when I see one. Come to find out, that's not little girl parts. Those are little boy parts.
They
Okay.
weren't fuzzy then. Okay,
they
they were
weren't.
not fuzzy,
They weren't fuzzy then, y'all.
and that baby has not been handleable since the moment it was born.
I know.
And Annie has. I know it sounds nuts to everybody because they're like, I thought boars were more handleable. They are. Pretty tattoo is because she lost the baby. And now this one was like nobody's touching it. I don't know. Like it's dynamically different.
So this was the moment right here that we discovered. Miss Tina is sitting there shearing and cleaning things up. I'm removing hair out of the way, and then all of a sudden,
I know.
oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, Jamie, we're horrible. Yes, it is.
These nuts. Got him.
Oh my God! Those are two Jamie. How did we do that? Oh no!
They're not there when they're born. And
Oh no! Buddy,
Not there
I
when
am so sorry.
like pink
Jane.
is what it looks like.
We thought it was a girl for the entire year.
the whole time,
Oh no! I should have had a V8.
Do you get that, Jake?
Yeah, the commercials, right?
Why did I've never seen that commercial my whole life?
Jamie didn't know. She thought
I was
I
like,
wanted
I
a
don't-
real
I was
V8.
like,
She's like,
why
we
do
don't
you
have
need a
any.
V8?
We
I
don't
was
have
like-
any V8s right now. And she was like, gonna like wonder why I wanted the V8. I'm like, Jamie, the commercial. I should have had a V8, and she had no idea.
We didn't watch
Even
TV
Jake
growing
gets
up. We
that.
listened to music.
Do you
I
like
never-
V8 though?
I love
Only-
I
V8.
love V8.
Only with
Oh,
Do
Jake.
you put a little bit of salt in your V8?
And I put pickle juice in mine. You want some?
Do you really?
I got some in the house in here.
Oh my God.
You really do put pickle juice in V8?
Listen, I will
It
put
really is
celery.
good.
I will put actual pickles. I will slice
Lester takes-
potatoes.
Yeah, Lester will take.
I
it.
will slice a raw potato and dip it in my V8 with some salt and some pepper.
I like
I will-
Worcestershire
Huh.
and some hot sauce.
Oh,
And
yes.
some celery.
Oh, yes.
And some vodka.
No, I
You just had to put in the vodka in the
It's a
end.
it's a V8.
make her a Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary.
No, I love it. Yeah, Tabasco and V8. Boy, I can drink some V8. And the problem is, though, everyone says V8 has a high sodium. So if you buy the low sodium, it doesn't taste the same
Nah.
to me. You
Yeah.
lose the taste. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I could forfeit the taste just for the V8 the quality that's the V8.
But at the same time, you're getting like way over all your servings of vegetables. So like, come on, we gotta have. You're eating a little bit more salt, but you're getting all your vegetables.
Yeah.
But salt is not bad for you. You know that, right? Like you
Go
need
sweat a
your
little
body needs salt.
Well-
Legitimately, you need salt. That's what Gatorade is. You know that
Oh,
all.
it's salt.
Yeah, it's salt. It's sodium.
Oh.
So like all
For
oh my
cramps,
gosh.
right?
Get electrolytes or salt.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe when I was younger, I didn't feel this way. But as I get older, and you start hearing about this can cause this, and this can cause this. I don't know if this is the wrong attitude, but I'm kind of like, screw it. You know what? I screw it. If something's gonna get you, something's gonna get you.
Yeah.
Something's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. And
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying I'm going to go out and purposely smoke a pack of cigarettes a day. I'm not going to purposely go out and drive 100 miles down the highway on a motorcycle without a helmet. I'm not trying to meet my demise in a painful or a horrible way. I want to live a long life for my kids and my eventual grandkids. And, I want to see all of those things. But at the same time, do I want to sit there and each and every day read every ingredient to realize that caffeine's going to do this and sodium's going to do this? And I don't know.
Well, it's like the other day, like I gave Junior a bite of ramen noodles, and it's like I poisoned him. It's like that's the most unhealthy thing you could ever give him. He's probably like, why would you give that to your son? It's so
Yeah, but
unhealthy.
those people eat McDonald's.
It's like it's just not.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because when I pick, have Lex, we sometimes will swing by McDonald's, and that's not all I'm feeding my son, but at the same time, I want my son to enjoy his slushy or whatever that blue thing he loves to get,
that
so
blue
much.
thing.
In saying so, Jamie and I did something horrible last night. Boy, we did something horrible. Oh,
Why did you look at me when you said that? Like to me?
I'm like, why are you
About me?
telling on us?
I'm just going to tell everybody because
Why?
listen, I'm just going to say this. We had to wrestle, and I say we loosely. I had to wrestle. Me and Miss Tina had to wrestle for Alpaca yesterday. I don't know. I don't think I've met a tougher cookie ever. That woman is tough because come last night, I was just beat. I was exhausted.
Lester walked in the door. I was on phone calls for most of the Alpaca shearing, and Lester walked in the door, and he was filthy from head to toe and smelled like Annie spit and just looked ratchet. Like he was just like, do you have 30 minutes to go out there and finish this one? I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like I'm well rested. I've been on the phone all day. And he looked like he ran over, actually.
Well, it's a lot of work. Luckily Tina has the tools and the equipment to get everything, where it makes it a lot easier, but it's a lot of work. It's a whole lot of holding down and pulling and dragging and lifting muscles that you don't really use every day,
Mm-hmm.
And when you do a job that you don't do on a regular basis, you're working different muscle groups. And I'll tell you what, it was crazy because last night I was beat. This morning,
he slept in this morning.
Jamie got up and was making coffee, and I'm thinking, why is she awake so early? She's let the dogs out. I'm like, what's wrong with this weirdo? Come to find out, it's darn near almost 9 o'clock. And I'm thinking, whatever. But last night, Jamie and I were hungry, and we didn't feel like cooking. So I said, let's just go find something to eat. Now, you guys know that Livingston, the town of Livingston, shuts down pretty early. It sucks around here, Jake. Everything closes at 8.
Yeah.
But
It does.
luckily,
There's a few places that are around.
yeah, luckily we found Wendy's. Wendy's was open later, and we don't hardly ever go to Wendy's. But when we pulled through the drive-through, right there, they had this big old screen. You know how it's electronic and it changes?
Uh-huh.
And right when I pull up, looking for a basic burger, just something to get in my belly, here comes this giant, what's it called, Jamie?
It was a swirl. It was a frosty
A
swirl.
frosty swirl. Have you ever heard of a frosty swirl? It's this
Like a
cup.
blizzard?
It's like a blizzard. It's like this cup of vanilla ice cream with this brownie.
But it's vanilla. It's
wrapped
vanilla
around
frosty, so it's smooth and it's light.
and then chocolate syrup on top of that. And it's like on the screen, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I come for a burger. Why is my body begging me to get one of those? I'm also trying to lose weight so I can ride Rita. And I'm like, why is my body just begging me to get one of those? I never said a word about it at all. And she goes, I hate myself. And I'm like, why? What's wrong? because all she wanted was a bowl of chili.
That's all I wanted was a tiny little cup of chili from
And
Wendy's.
she goes, I hate myself. And I'm like, why? What's wrong? I want one of them vanilla swirls. And I'm like, I do too. I want one too. So
It's horrible.
We're
It was so horrible because I needed him in that moment to be like, no, you don't. Just eat the chili. It'll be fine.
no, she
and-
goes, I hate myself. And I'm like, what's wrong, babe? I mean, I didn't know what was wrong with her. I don't know what she'd done, what she'd done to me. I don't know what kind of guilt had come over her. But no, she was about to give in and get her one of them vanilla swirls. And I'm like, I do too. So we both sit there with our vanilla swirls. And then the
Mine
bad
had
thing,
caramel and it was so good.
well, the worst thing is the girl only gave us one straw. So I had to decide who's going to have not the straw. It's like a spoon. So I let Jamie have the spoon. I'm having to squeeze my cup. You know, they come in a plastic cup.
Because when you order ice cream, you eat the ice cream on the way home and then you eat the food.
So I licked
that's
all
what-
that I could through the little, they have a little hole at the top.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
What?
Stop.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm trying to just save everybody. Just stop.
I don't get it. I licked all that I could to come in a plastic container with this like dome.
He wouldn't let me video it.
Jake,
He
what's
would
wrong
not allow
with
me
you?
to video it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
So
How did it look like this with a dome?
it has a dome, a plastic dome,
Okay.
because it's full of ice cream, and there's a little hole.
The little hole in the top.
Yes. So I didn't want to spill, so I licked as much as I could.
Okay.
I licked, and then I had an entire ring licked around. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Oh my! What's wrong with all of y'all? Why's everybody laughing for? Great minds think alike.
Oh,
Anyway,
sweet baby
I
Jesus.
licked around and around and around until I couldn't lick anymore. And then
While he was driving.
yes, I was driving. And then get this: have you ever felt your tongue get tired? Has your tongue ever gotten sore?
Yes.
So
I
then,
have to go get more coffee.
more coffee? Did you
Yeah.
start more?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I licked so hard and so. What's wrong with you? This was a swirl. Guys, how could anyone sit here with this? I licked it for so long that now my tongue was tired. And I'm trying to stick my tongue in as far.
And then it kind of starts shaking.
Huh?
It kind of starts shaking. It gets tired. It's like a muscle.
Oh, it
Your
is.
tongue starts.
No,
going
your
like
tongue.
that.
Your tongue is a muscle. And I felt the soreness of my tongue. Oh my God, it was hard.
Just a little.
But-
Just a little.
It was delicious. And I would do it again and again and again. What?
Sorry, Jake.
This is great.
Finally, I let Jamie have the spoon. So she's sitting there enjoying hers. I'm licking the hell out of mine.
I finished mine and handed over the spoon so he could stop. That it was all over his face.
No.
Like it's in his beard. And it
Well,
is-
that's because I turned it up to lick it upwards so it could drip into my mouth. What?
Got all that ice cream all over your face.
all over it. All over. It's like in his beard over here. Is up
Why
on
is
his cheek.
Jake freaking out over here?
I'm not. I'm fine.
You won't even look in the camera. You're like
good.
not even looking in the camera.
I'm just here
He's a
now.
little stressed.
Anyway, no. So I will say this: that the devil got into me, and the devil did it. The devil got into Jamie too. So boy, we got the devil in us last night. But I tell you what, we ate good. We ate good, and then of course we had our dessert before we had our meal.
Yeah.
But it's all
Now
good.
Jake wants to go to Wendy's. I'm sure of it.
I'm not going to win.
guarantee you he'll be on the way home.
Never again. Stop.
Huh?
Never again am I going to Wendy's.
Just make sure you ask for this little spoon. You don't let
The
don't
little spoon.
ask for the little
Well,
spoon.
hold on, Ben. I got a question. If you had to like flip it over like this to get everything to like come out,
Yeah.
then what do you do if you go to Dairy Queen and they got them ones that they flip upside down and they don't move?
Lester doesn't know about that.
I've never done that. I've seen that on TV. That they will show. They prove it that it's,
Yeah.
I guess, not
So what
running.
if you eat down so far that your mouth can't fit to the cup anymore? Then what
Have
do
you
do?
seen his tongue?
That happened. Yeah, I have a cow tongue.
It's gonna
Let's
fit,
see your
Jake.
tongue.
No.
Show me your tongue.
Nope.
Show us your tongue.
No.
Jamie has a little pointy tongue. Jamie tries to have a dainty little tongue. I got me a cow tongue.
Oh, crikey.
Why are we even talking about
You
our
did it.
tongue sizes for? What does that even have to do with anything?
No, not we. We're not talking about
No.
nothing. You are.
Anyway, so we found out that we no longer have a little girl alpaca. He's in fact a little boy.
She became he.
Yeah.
Right there in front of us.
I feel like we have one of those woke farms. We're like a woke farm. You come
Don't
out of the
say that.
you,
Oh,
you
God.
come
Don't
out
say it.
you come out of the pasture a little girl, you go back in as a little boy.
Bye, everybody. I'm done. Yesterday, I talked about politics, race, religion,
Oh boy.
identifying everything. Everybody got so mad at me. But I didn't. I only listed those 4 things. I did not say.
You didn't
anything.
actually talk
I
about
didn't talk about it. All I said was those 4 items.
Well,
Just
all
like
I'm
that.
saying is
Wait. Did you do it on YouTube or Facebook? Because Facebook is way more brutal.
yes. So bottom line is
YouTube.
the sad thing is I'm sure that he has always identified as a boy. It's our
And
fault.
I've been calling him baby girl the whole time.
It's our fault.
Hi, sweet baby girl. Look at your little. I call. He has. Like I said, he has fur on his ears that hang over, and I've been calling him a hangover. I've been all kinds of stuff. And
Well-
then something magical happened last night that you don't even know about, though.
Oh boy.
So afterwards, I was in there spraying everybody down and just giving everybody the once over and just like everybody's gone. He put his mouth to my hand for the first time yesterday.
Hold on. Someone says we should call him Oopsie Davy. Not Oopsie Daisy, but Oopsie Davy.
That's cute.
That's funny. Oopsie Davy. Because we were calling her Oopsie Daisy.
I was calling
Oh.
it, yeah,
Upsie Daisy,
Upsie
really.
Daisy.
Upsie, because we wanted to have a name that started with the letter U. And you probably don't know this, but we have all of our alpacas with an A, E, I, O, U. It's just dumb, Jake, how we name our
It's
animals.
not dumb.
But we needed the letter U. So when it was born as a little female, well, we could call her Upsie Daisy. Upsie Daisy,
Yeah.
whatever. Daisy, but Upsie was the U. Now, though, it's going to have to be oh boy, someone just asked me a question. I got to show them this video.
Oh God.
No, this is not bad at all.
Oh, no.
This is not
Oh,
bad at
God.
all. This is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Y'all keep talking
About what?
about anything.
It's really hard to go
Yeah.
from where we
If
just were.
someone- Yeah, and then if someone tells you, all right, just talk about something, your mind will literally whoop, just
Yeah,
erase.
it's just gone.
Whatever y'all want to talk about, y'all welcome to talk about.
I think I was going to say something earlier, but now I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
So that's-
I hate when that
Oh,
happens.
I know what I was going to say. If that alpaca's probably going to grow up to be real strong and tough, kind of like the boy named Sue.
Ah,
Mm.
His
that's
dad
true.
left him, named him Sue, knew he'd grow up strong. He'd have
Mhm.
to fight. He'd have to take care of himself.
Jake and I are pulling a prank on everybody.
Talk about that.
You guys are gonna think that Jake
Oh!
was out driving my tractor without my permission. And in fact, I'm right here watching him and coaching
No
him how to
way.
do it, okay? And I'm even giving him a roll tape. So it'll be funny to watch how many people are going to be either mad at me or mad at Jake. When in reality, Jake and I collaborate together on a lot of stuff. Yes, I gave him a tutorial first, okay? He knows what he's doing. Jake can drive a tractor, even a John Deere. How did it feel driving a John Deere cab
I
tractor?
felt like more of a man yesterday than I ever have in my life, except for the cab. The cab kind of took away the manly part, but
No, that's old man.
That's old man.
no.
That's
No.
like driving a Corvette.
I
If
don't
that is
feel
old
like-
man.
I ain't never seen farmers, or real men farmers have an air-conditioned cab be driving around.
Yes,
in
they
pasture.
do.
Not real farmers, not real cowboys. They,
No.
You
Well,
gonna go get on your horse and have a little fan blowing on you while you
Jake,
ride along?
I have allergies, okay? I have allergies.
It's very sensitive.
I have allergies, okay? I'm sorry, Jake.
Ooh, hold on, Rita. Ooh, it's hot, baby.
Yeah, we gave Jake a little bit of a practice. Not a practice. He knows how to drive a tractor, obviously, but I just showed him where all the controls were at. And I says, girl, grab you a roll of hay and load it up. I did not know you crushed your toolbox,
I feel so
though.
bad that you
I
crushed your
didn't tell you
toolbox.
I did. I had to look like I knew what I was doing.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I am so
God.
sorry,
Shut
Jake.
the tailgate and carried on.
Oh my God. That's horrible.
It's all right. For that toolbox, I've been having to bungee cord the lid shut anyway.
Oh, it's
Oh.
time for a new one anyway.
But now that
then.
it's crushed, the lid stays shut.
Oh
Don't,
my
even,
god!
don't even need
It
the
to
bungee
never be
cord.
opened again.
and now
yeah.
you'll never get it back open. Now I'll tell you what, I've not had to use the AC in the tractor yet. We haven't had it hasn't been hot enough to use it yet. But I'll tell you what, whenever the summer hits and I have to mow or work hay or whatever, I can't wait to get that AC cranked up and get in there.
Well, if
And,
you want to test it out, I got a whole pasture you can mow right now.
I thought
got
you
a-
just mowed it. I thought it
I
looked like it
mowed a
was
small
mowed.
portion
Oh.
of it. I see your mower's like 7 times the size of mine, and
Mm.
that might be a little bit quicker.
Well, I will absolutely. If you can keep, do you know how to use those chains to strap one down? I forgot what they called those.
Oh, the
ratcheting
come
chain?
along.
It's not a come along, I don't think.
Well, no, it's not a come along, but I know it. Yeah, it has like a metal rod. Don't you like twist it to adjust it?
Yes.
Spin it?
So all I have are actual ratchets, like a whatever nylon or whatever they are. But your dad told me do not be pulling a tractor with those because
Yeah.
if you end up having to hit your brakes, it'll snap those. So I have to buy me a set of those chain, whatever they're called. You guys may know what ratchet straps. It's not a strap. It's the kinds that truckers use where it's like a
binder?
chain. Binders. I don't know, but it's not
Boom
ratchets.
chains.
A boom chain.
That's right. It's a boom chain.
It has to be something
They're
that
called
holds down
binders.
heavy things like tractors. Because your dad says, "Do not." Because last time I drove my tractor over there, I had ratchet strap on. Your dad goes, "What are you doing,
Yeah,
you dummy?
we were
You hit,
together. Remember?
you ever hit? Yeah, we were together. You
Yeah.
ever hit the brake? That tractor's gonna fly out off and kill somebody." And I'm like, I had no idea. He goes, "It was only good for like 1,000 pounds." Anyway, so supposedly you need chains to ratchet down a tractor. But I have the trailer, and I will absolutely do that for you. It'd
I
be
don't
a
know if I'll
favor.
listen to his strapping down advice though, because he had some hay fly off.
Yes,
the
he did. I have made fun of that so many times. You already burnt that pasture too, so there's no logs or stumps or anything out across it.
Yeah, no, there's nothing out.
And then what's your plan on fencing? Are you going to just do barbed wire, horse wire, or goat wire?
Barbed wire. Because
Okay.
that field fence is just garbage. It's good for the regular cows, but Moo is he's not a normal cow, and so he just walks over it.
Well, I'll tell you what me and Jamie talked about, and we would love to do this, but you better do it soon. If you will mark where your corner posts are going to go, we will help you with pieces of that if you want us
I'll
to.
go mark it right here in about.
Well, I ain't
after
doing it
last-
today.
Oh.
It's Easter weekend, but I love running barbed wire, and I think I'm pretty good at it. I can't do jack with goat wire. You guys know I'm horrible with goat wire, but I kind of love running barbed wire. But if I know where your corner posts are going to go, and you'll help me dig the holes, because I am not good with an auger. Do you have an auger for your tractor, or just a handheld
Just
auger?
the hand one.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I think
But
the
the hand
tractor's
one-
hard.
Yeah, because you can't like get it exactly
Nope.
level, and you'd have to climb off and on to like
People
look at
don't
it.
realize that it's a two-man job, and if you're by
Uh-huh.
yourself, because here's my problem with a tractor auger. Yes, it's easy, but if you're not careful, you'll go in at an angle.
Yeah.
You don't even know it. You're just pushing that thing in. Also, you come out and you're like, wait, my
Yeah.
hole
Yes.
goes at that angle or
No,
at that
I
angle.
So
think
you
it's
might have a bunch
easier.
of holes, but they're not good holes. They're
No,
just
I think the
holes.
hand auger is much easier to
You need,
navigate.
if you have two men and one can stand behind there, line it up and make sure it's going down straight, fine. But how often do you have two men working? It's not always where you got a two-man job. So Daniel does have one, but Jake's always the guy who's sitting there telling him where to put it and where to line it up at. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
I
vice
have to hold
versa.
it and
Yeah.
scoot it over.
So
yeah,
it
if
is
you
a
mark
two-man
it, we'll
job.
come put in your fence, Jake.
Mm,
Okay.
mm, mm, mm.
No, whoop! No
I
takes back. No take backs.
I'm trying to avoid the tree line.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
want to
me
deal
too.
with roots.
Yeah, me neither.
I do not want to deal with roots. I'll do the front pretty fence because there's no trees along there.
but hold on. How many posts? He's
The
not
drive-
drilling posts every 8 foot.
No. You're doing T-post mostly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that's not that big of a deal with roots.
No, we're staying away from the woods for sure.
Oh, I would give yourself I would make it, if I was you, I would make yourself a buffer where you could still take your tractor and mow between the trees and your fence. It's still your property,
Yeah.
but it's not into the woods. I don't know how far your
So-
property goes into the woods.
I think it might. Well, we're not going to talk about it because we're just going to go where Cowboy wants to go because he knows that area is all abandoned. But anyway,
Boundaries are what you
thinking-
make them, Jake.
I was thinking for the horses, what if we did like not the whole thing, but what if the fence came like this is the woods, it came down the wood line, but then just a little piece went off into the trees? Do you
For
think that the
shade.
horses would like to like they're
Yes.
still gonna have their stable and their shelter and everything, but do you think that they would like? Because I just seen those horses right there sitting all up in this corner, up in that brush.
Yes, they love it.
Okay, I'll build it into the woods then for the horses, but.
So yeah, that can be your job then. I'm gonna avoid.
Yeah,
I
no,
will,
that's a separate pasture.
I will
That's a
avoid
separate-
roots at. I will avoid roots at all costs. And you also have clay over there. So oh god, we got some clay. But no, that front fence line and then down your driveway. If you'll mark where you want those to go, and then what is your plan as you get around back behind your house? Are you going to use your overhang on your container for your horse, or is it going to be roped off?
No, so that's all. So the horse pasture is going to be, so the side where you're going to do the, or where we're going to do the cow fence,
Yeah.
then behind that, it's not going to go all the way to the wood line. That's going to stop. And then behind that is going to be the horses. The horses are going to be in the back right corner
So you're going to cross
or the
fence
back
it
left
sort of
corner.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, so your
But then-
cows will have access to both sides then.
Yes, both sides.
Oh.
But then in the middle of the, this is the horse pasture going this way, and this is the cow pasture. There's going to be a lane in between them that we can put a gate and use as a loading chute. So if we ever have to bring out
clever.
cows and load them or horses and load them,
Okay.
then it'll be,
But that's
You know.
all on the right side of your property?
well, from the road, it's on the left side.
Renee
Oh,
says.
Right
okay,
now,
I know
this
what you're
is
talking
the
about.
right side is just a pasture. That's all.
I see what you mean.
Right. Renee says drill your holes about a week after your last rain, and that should make it a little bit softer, not quite so wet and muddy where the clay is going to be stuck to everything. And that might be the best idea.
We're about ready to get a week of rain.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of rain coming up anytime soon. It's been an exciting week for us, guys. This weekend was crazy finding out that we have a little male alpaca, not a female.
That was the last thing I thought was going to happen yesterday. I
Um,
did. That was not something you see coming.
Yeah. And like Jamie said, we have a lot of rain coming our way. So what we're going to do today or either tomorrow before the rains come is move the horses again out of the bullpen and move them over to the cleaner pasture where we don't have the mud issues. And we'll take care of all of that. Anything else that we need to talk about that we haven't discussed? Like
Nothing major.
nothing major?
No, just that.
Okay.
Just that.
Jake and I are going to work on this little electric fencing over here. He'll be the one testing it. And hopefully we can keep these horses next door. They're sweet horses, y'all. Don't get me wrong. They're sweet horses. We water them, we feed them, but they can sure be a mess. Indy is pregnant. We don't know exactly when she'll be due, but are we guessing sometime this summer?
No, more like fall.
Sometime around the fall. Annie is also pregnant, and that should be sometime.
That will conclude our alpaca herd.
And
by the
that will
way.
be the end of our alpaca herd. Yeah.
So, because Ernie is well enough to get castrated, and we have some time before Oopsie can get castrated. But we will, when the first baby's born, we will separate males from females, and then that will begin Ernie getting fixed. as
And
well.
we'll be able to fix the little fella too.
Yeah, I think I have to get I have to make a call, but I think that he has to be a year, which would be September, which
Oh.
would be right about the same time.
Okay.
I have
All right.
a question real quick. Is that the
Yes.
proper terminology? Castrated?
It is.
Is that the same thing as neutered?
Yeah, because I always say neutered because I feel like castrated sounds like the cartel grabbed you and is like tortured you from castrating.
Jake, are you going to ride Val or Talus while you're here? Do you want to ride Val or Talus while you're here?
I'm thinking about riding Grandpa.
Thinking about riding Grandpa?
Maybe Talus. He was a show horse, right?
Oh, he's wonderful. And you don't need
Oh wait, Val's the biggest one.
Val's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want to ride her.
Jake wants to ride Val. So do y'all want to wait? So I'll ask that quick question. Do y'all want to wait while Jake and I saddle her up right now? Or do you guys want to go ahead and go and Jake can just make a video out of it? Because Jake can make himself a video or y'all can wait. So someone says both. Okay. Jake-
Okay.
There you go, Jake.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. No, wait. I'm ready.
All right. Well, Jamie, you want to entertain folks?
Yeah, you got to find her red halter though.
So I have her red halter, guys. I'm going to go grab Val, and then Jake and I will saddle her up. Jake, let's do it right here in the back so everyone can watch us.
Can I make a recommendation for you?
Please.
pull Gemma out and put her in with Rita real quick?
All right, so I'll have Jake move Gemma. I will grab Val. We'll bring Val right here behind us. Well, they got the riffraff right here. Jamie will take the computer and turn it facing that direction.
Yeah.
And move it as far as you can. Take my phone with you because it's on the whatever you call that, okay? All right, friends. And no one's going to judge my shoes because I've got white Crocs on again.
He lives and breathes the Crocs, y'all.
I love me some white fuzzy Crocs.
All right, I'm going to hang out with y'all for a bit.
Jake, if you will get that roll palter in the back of the side-by-side and move.
It's black.
It's black, and if you'll just walk, that sweet girl of yours holds that.
I think that Jake getting on Val is going to be hilarious because Lester's a tall man, and it is hard to get. It is hard. Now, the stairs will help him, but it's going to be something. Val is so sweet and so patient, and Lester and I haven't talked about this yet this morning, but Jem is showing more dominance and has actually pushed Val probably to the bottom of the pecking order, which hurts my heart, but also it's where Val is just like the most gentle soul. I want to think through about where Jem is best suited in the long run, and that's not going to be a decision that we make today or anything like that, but I know that at some point in time she's going to need professional training as well. So to think through about where that training is done and for how long and what kind of training, and to ensure that we don't let her take everything over, if that makes any sense, just because she's a little bit young and able. Because that's what's really happening around Val, is that Jem is like super feisty, spicy, and just trying to find her place in, kind of like Rita was. And this is what happens with young horses. And she's not hurting Val, but she learned how to tell other horses where to go. And Val is so passive that she's just like, okay, I'll just let you. Jem is too young to be ridden. She is only 2 years old. So she will, she's got a couple years before we do that kind of work. But the training that I want her to get is more so around like behavioral and that type of thing. So we have some time before that happens, but I want to think through about like where she's going to get the best attention and then also what's best for the rest of the horses. It may end up that Jem ends up over at JL South. And that is a thing that we're going to try to figure out. I would be able to groom her much more. I would be able to also allow her to not, like her and Rita they're not like fighting like crazy or anything like that, but they are jockeying for who's first. And we all know that Rita doesn't like to lose that. And I'm not saying in the long term that everybody's not going to end up in one spot, or that we won't end up with all the horses here this summer if there's a drought or those types of things. But I want peace in the pastures, of course, and I want to do what's best for the animals. But I also want Jem to not feel like she has to compete like that. And if she was at JL South, none of those horses are going. They're just being like, yeah, let her be wild, and maybe we'll show her some peace too. Val and Talus and Roman all show the peace. Rita does not. So I don't necessarily think that she needs to learn manners from Rita, if that makes any sense. So we'll see. I would like to send Rita to professional training at some point as well. But we have to dig and find the right scenario for that as well. So we'll see what happens. Jem is very independent. She's not super attached to Val or Talus. And in fact, if you see her with Roman and Rita or with Val or Talus, like if they're all in the same pasture, she bounces between the two of them and just like doesn't know exactly where she fits in. So I may see what happens at South. She's not going to hurt anybody. Oh boy. What do you do with this crazy girl?
She just wanted to come say hi and eat some muffins with everybody, I think.
Uh-huh.
I got her some muffins.
Jim, I took out her braids this morning, and she's got super curly, wavy, beautiful hair. And I even took out the one on her ankle. which was hilarious. I don't know how she let you braid that. We're still. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. You might want to rethink that, Jake.
Okay, we're leaving. We're leaving. That dude's nuts.
I told you.
What's wrong with him? Get out of here, Grandpa. My God.
Yeah. She's a beautiful, lovely horse, y'all. And she's just young and full of spitfire. She's not mean. She's not, anything like that. But I just wonder if there's a balance. And we have much decisions to make on that. And it's just one of those things I watched this morning. I'm like, she kind of needs yeah. Okay. She just kind of needs maybe a little bit more one-on-one attention. And that's what we did for Rita. And I'm not saying I'm not putting her in a pasture by herself, but if I had her at home, I can walk out in between my calls. I can spend much more time than driving over here and staying here till dark every night. Not saying I still wouldn't do that, but just saying that the calmness and the stature of one herd would allow her to learn from those horses as well. So we'll see. But it is an idea. I'm going to move my whole setup here. All right. I'm not being negative about Rita. I love Rita. And I spent an hour and a half with Rita this morning. Hi, Val, baby. But I'm just being conscious about where balance may find itself. Okay. I'm going to set you down here. And then, oh boy, we're going to sit here together. Hi, sweet girl. You're such a good girl. It's okay, baby. Hi, sweetie. Val is amazing. There is riffraff at the fence, which could be a thing. Hopefully it's not. What I imagine that they'll do is just stay in the courtyard. Babe, she's pretty nervous right here. She's pretty nervous right here.
Nervous?
I think you should take her over to the steps, and I'll carry the camera. I know it's on there. The riffraff, I hate to say it, the neighbors are making her a little bit nervous, and I don't like that. I want to move her away from it to give her some peace, because Val's not typically nervous like that. We're gonna move to the hay. Oh, Talus is jealous. We got a lot going on. Dogs barking and the whole thing. Jake's head is shorter than Val's shoulders, by the way. Oh, now Talus is yelling. Holy moly. He thinks he got left behind. Hi, Tal. It's kind of funny to carry your laptop around to go live instead of just a phone, by the way. That's better. She's way more at peace over here and knows what we're doing. See? Way more at peace. Good girl, Val. Good girl, baby. All right, we're going to put you all on top of the hay bale. Hopefully the wind is not too horrible. It's coming from the back side of the computer. Okay. Talus is more at peace that we're over here too. He was worried about his girl. It's okay, buddy. I'm gonna go love on Talus while y'all watch them saddle her up, okay? All right.
Okay. All right.
Just kidding.
Make sure
Okay.
it's reconnected. What's Karen saying?
I don't know.
Someone says, Karen, stay in your lane.
Okay, Miss D says we're back.
There's no telling what.
Okay, I have to stay close, apparently. The phone is here, but the computer closes itself whenever you're not looking at it. It's too smart for us. It's okay, baby. She's a little nervous.
If you will hold her for a second, I'll get the fly spray and we'll
Okay.
spray her legs. You got her?
I got her.
Jake, you got her right there?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you gonna say hello? Is the what? We don't.
I
No,
don't think the back cinch is long enough. Oh,
we don't ever put the back cinch. We don't actually ever put it on her. I don't think.
Yeah, I think she's too big.
Yeah, I don't think so. Good girl. Good girl.
You'll see the one that where it already
Oh, yeah.
goes. Oh. Jake, what is your nervous level?
If you want me to be completely honest, my legs are kind of jello.
Your legs are jello-y right now?
Uh-huh. Because I don't know why though. Like, I'm not scared,
But she's
but
just
she's
way up
just so
there.
big.
She's a big girl.
It's not gonna fit, Jake. Is it?
Baby, yes, that's the front, so it's been for the front and the back.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get it to reach. That's all.
This is a different saddle than what you used.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Nice, sweetie. You're okay.
This is the saddle that belonged to Mr. Jack. Now we're gonna have to have,
It's gotta be dropped.
baby. We got this.
Okay.
We're gonna have to have a little talk at some point about the saddles because we want to make sure that the saddles are all made because they're kind of fitted. People don't understand that not one saddle can go on every horse.
That's true.
And this girl has a unique build where she needs to make sure the saddle fits her right.
She's a big girl.
How you feeling over there, Jake?
I'm good. I'm trying to make sure it's straight, but I can't even see up there.
It looks good to me. Jake is jumping around trying to see up there. All right, Jake, if you want to go to those steps, I'll walk her over.
Good
She's a
girl.
really good horse, Jake. You'll enjoy. Oh, you're getting on from there?
Oh my God.
I
I don't think
did,
you
but
can.
let's back up a little bit.
I don't think you can do that. It's gonna pull it sideways.
The steps are a lot easier, but if you just want to show out that you can do it, I don't know why.
No, I just don't know if I can.
She doesn't like it.
Oh, she doesn't like it.
No.
Maybe take that fly spray and spray around her leg right quick.
Yeah.
Look, baby, we're gonna put some spray on you right quick.
Okay.
We're just gonna put some fly spray on her to make sure she doesn't have to swat at flies while she's trying to give Jake a little bit of a ride. Now, I will let you know that there's a whole lot going on around here. There's a whole lot going on. You don't like when there's so much going on. You just want to have a chance to just you and your horse to enjoy each other. All right, you ready, Jake?
I'm ready.
I'm going to walk her to you, babe. Stay by the computer if you don't mind. Don't overdo it, babe. Jamie can go crazy with some fly spray.
No, I like them to be comfortable. They can feel every fly that lands on their back and on their legs, and I will douse a horse down with fly spray. I wish they made something permanent that would last like weeks at a time to keep flies off of them, like they do with fleas on dogs or cats, that type of thing. There's a lot of distraction here, so this is actually going to show us the caliber of horse that Val really is. I know in my heart the horse that Val is, but y'all are about to see it. Jake just goes, I'm way up here.
I'm like way too high up off the ground. Oh.
Remember on Jake's birthday a few years ago, I had to lead him around on a horse.
Ivy.
Amy,
Dixie.
we had to lead Jake around on the horse because he was so scared a couple of years ago. And now look at him on his own. Val's a wonderful horse.
She's amazing. All that distraction happening.
So she's like, I can smell muffins back there. There's muffins in there somewhere.
He's like, I'll just stand here and eat this hay. Good girl. So you don't feel the bumps and everything as she moves.
I'm trying to put my face into the video. I'm trying to make sure we can keep a signal.
They say riding her and riding a draft is like riding a couch.
Yeah, my legs feel like they're so far apart, like they're stretching.
Yeah, you get a good stretch out of this.
She's not as fast as Paris, but she's comfy.
Jamie, I can saddle up Talus for you.
Not right now.
You don't want to ride the dress.
Look, she just told me you're done.
You're done. There's my steps. That means you got to get off now.
Oh no! You gotta go all the way around now.
Yeah,
Well, I don't guess I need it to get off.
that's up to you. You gotta tell her to park if you're gonna be done.
Park. You got parking.
Oh, she's trying to. She knows the park is up the steps.
Oh. You got an automatic return to home button?
Yeah.
What the heck?
She's got to return. Yeah, she has a home button. Return to home.
Park me, please. Baby, you're not parking me. Hey, whoa. Hey, that's a long ways down.
And he's off.
I didn't hit the ground until about 2 seconds
girl,
after I thought I was
baby.
going.
Good girl.
Did it buckle your knees?
Yeah, I got it's like tingly up my legs. Like when you hang from a basketball hoop.
You did so good, sweet baby.
Have you ever ran with it?
Lester did.
He did.
He trotted.
Oh my God.
She's an old lady a little bit. Yeah, Val's a wonderful horse. And yes, she makes us all look small, which I enjoy. I think that she appears intimidating, but when you know her heart, you know that like she will care for everything, big or small, and is the most gentle of all of the horses that we have. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. There's not a mean, ugly, angry hair on her body.
If you will go get Talus, we'll go and walk him over.
Okay.
Here you go. And then the rope halter's right there in the side by side. All right, last thing we're going to show you all before we let you go is Jamie's going to go over and put a rope halter on the Talus. And Jake, we're going to put her back into this big pasture. pasture over here. We're going to have Jake put Val in the big pasture. And so the last thing we're going to do is attempt to get Talus moved over into the big pasture. Jake and I are going to work on the fence over here. And Jamie's going to get Talus right now and move him over. And then all of our horses will be over on in the horse pasture property over here. That little 4-foot gate comes in real handy. As of right now, all of the horses are inside the stable. Jamie is going to go up and try to get Talus onto a rope halter if she can. You can zoom in on your phones if you have a phone. How do you ride a couch? It's comfortable. It's pretty comfy. I am going to move the hay. I've actually moved hay in. I filled my barn up. Not all the way. I have more room in the red barn, but I can only move so much hay into the red barn and still leave room for my tractor. And I know that you guys probably don't understand that, but I have to keep my tractor out of the weather. I have to. If I want it to last me a lifetime, I have to keep my tractor out of the weather. So I do have hay in the red barn. But what I've been doing, I'll kind of show you behind me. I know you want to watch Jamie too, but I'll flip it back around to Jamie. If you can zoom into the horse barn there behind us, the summer stalls, I have a stack of hay in there, but I'm leaving the hay stacked like this, but a little bit neater, so the horses can't really eat it. They can only eat on the end of it where I leave the open end. And so here comes Jamie coming along now with Talus. She'll move him over, and then we'll have this pasture up front completely open to anybody who wants it. Jake, come give a rundown of how that ride went, and then your thoughts on everything from saddling to mounting to dismounting. Have you ever mounted something? Were you ever so excited to mount anything? Like were you ever so? How about this? If that's hard to answer, what's wrong?
Nothing.
Have you ever been so nervous about mounting anything?
No. No, I've never been that nervous about it.
So the mounting that you did today.
That was my most nervous mount I've ever done.
Okay.
I think.
Was it as exhilarating of a mount as what you've ever done?
It's kind of a letdown.
Oh, you were let down a little bit?
No, not let down, but you get up there and I thought she was going to just take off. Like, maybe I should have ran. Maybe we should have ran.
Well, I'll tell you, so this is my personal thing, but I have trotted her, and a trot is going to beat the heck out of your parts.
Okay, see, that's what I want to know, because on the walk, it was like you're floating. Like you came in fast, you're just like floating across the ground.
So I've been too nervous to gallop her. So next time that you ride, you'll have to gallop her and see if that's any smoother. But even the trot on Talus was very smooth and gentle. But all right, so now, as of right now, guys, you can rest assured that all of the horses have been moved over into the big horse pasture. There is a 300-foot separation between the riffraff next door and our horse pasture. So we're fine. Okay, we are fine. And then Jake and I are going to get up there and do a little bit of work on that fencing. I will be moving some hay before the rains come. And guys, don't forget, hay can get wet. It will just last longer if it doesn't get wet. So you're not concerned with hay getting wet. Come on in, baby. How was that?
Fine. Talus is wonderful.
All right. Well, we're all going to just wrap this thing up right here. We love you guys. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Jake said
I don't know what you're going to do to my neck.
I was thinking the same thing, Jake. I'm like, what's he gonna do right now?
My love language is touch.
Okay.
Rick
says, when's the last time you ever seen a human walk up to someone? Hey!
Right here. Right here.
All right. Well, thank you all for
No
watching.
patty.
We kept you all for quite a while today. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys have a wonderful Easter.
This is Holy Saturday.
And
Grandpa just laughed
yeah,
at that.
I'll be getting Lex and Ellie a little bit later on today, and then we will have our Longhorn games tomorrow, which are fun. Jake, have you ever played the Longhorn games?
Mm-mm.
Have you watched them at all? Have you seen them on your videos?
I have. I've heard of them.
I've been doing
haven't
something
seen
called the Longhorn games, and they are so fun. So fun. Anyway, I got some great games planned for tomorrow, but thank y'all for watching. You guys go ahead and say what you want to say, and we'll wrap this thing up.
Happy Saturday, y'all. Don't worry, we won't turn anything else into the opposite gender. That was the only secret that we kept here.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys for watching. We love you so much. Blessed to have you. And we will catch you guys on the next video.
bye, y'all.
Bye, friends.